Welcome to the Performer Radio Show. Each week, we interview some of the most interesting people in the fashion and entertainment industries. Fashion and entertainment industries. Beautiful models, singers, comedians, dancers, fashion designers, actors, beauty queens, and many more. Right here on the Performer Radio Show.
And we're back for another season of the Performer Radio Show. And this time it's on PerformerRadio.com and DirtyWaterNews.com. Dirty Water News is one of our partners in this new venture, and we're looking forward to working with them, covering a lot of the entertainment stuff in New England. Not just entertainment, but fashion, anything that's fun, pretty much. And we have back this year our co-host, A-Marie Ortiz. A-Marie, how you doing?
Hola.
How was your summer? Was it good?
It was amazing.
Well, you did a lot this past summer.
What didn't I do? That's the better question.
That's true. I mean, this girl is everywhere, doing everything. Tell people a couple highlights or something.
Everything. The fashion shows we covered, tons of news coverage, concerts. I did a little bit of acting, still doing it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that next week.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to cover that next week. And you did TV. You did.
Yep.
I mean, and actually even into the fall, you covered Boston Fashion Week events, emerging trends. You did all the TV reporting for Emerging Trends, which is a great fashion show. And you've got all kinds of things still going on. You got some stuff coming up next year. We can't talk about that now, but we're definitely going to be talking about it probably at least sometime next year.
Early next year.
Probably right about this time next year we'll be talking about that.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Well, your life is kind of crazy now that I think about it.
I don't even know how I'm going to mentally prepare for next year.
Yeah, I know. That next year is going to be really awesome for you. Now, we've got this new venue here. We are actually in Down nightclub, right on High Street in Boston, and we decided that this was a great place for people to come down and we can do this show and introduce the area to a lot more amazing entertainers, fashionistas, and whatnot. And we want to keep bringing this show to people because it's important to us to show what this city has to offer, not just this city, but this region. I mean, that's why we partnered with Dirty Water News. They cover a lot of Boston events, but also all of New England, and eventually might even be branching out even more beyond those borders. And we want to make sure that people get the messages that these people that work in this city hard in these businesses are really amazing people. You see them online, you see them in shows or whatever, but now we get to bring them to you and hear their thoughts, their ideas, their wants, their desires, all that stuff.
People sleep on Boston. There's a lot of talent around here.
We've got a lot of eyes on us right now. I mean, the Red Sox won the World Series.
Yeah, can we give it up for the Red Sox?
Yes, we can definitely give it up for the Red Sox. They did an amazing job. And it's really nice to see this city come together as a family for these types of events. I mean, we came together as a family too. I mean, after the Boston Marathon. I was going to say Boston Massacre, although it was a bit of a massacre. I don't mean to belittle it, but we all came together as a city, and now to have something to celebrate is really what we've been looking for.
Boston strong.
Yes, it's kind of like Boston closure too, in a sense, because we put this to bed now. It's like, no, we'll never forget about it, but now we can move on and be happier to see we all can share in that victory. Is basically what I'm saying. The city did need this. It did definitely need it, and it helps everybody. Good attitude going into the winter and whatnot, and hopefully it'll help the Celtics. I don't know. We talk a lot about sports because Boston is a sports town. As a matter of fact, speaking of which, we are going to be having a brand new show coming up in December. It's called The Sports Queen. And we're going to be producing that again in conjunction with Dirty Water News. So we're looking forward to that. And we got a lot of good stuff coming up in this season too. A-Marie is the permanent co-host now. The lovely Jessica Graff moved on to greener pastures out in LA. She's going to film school over there, and we definitely hope that she does very well over there. Well, coming up right after the break, we've got comedian Lamont Price. So stay tuned.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'd like to report a bear sighting.
Location.
In the forest near the side of the road.
No need for alarm, sir. The forest is where bears live.
But this was no ordinary bear.
No ordinary bear?
Yeah, 1 second I'm having a smoke taking in the view. Next thing I know, I am face to face with Smokey Bear.
Let me guess, Smokey had a tip for you.
He did. He must have seen me toss my cigarette on the ground. He told me never to do that because it only takes one spark to start a wildfire.
He's a smart bear. Did you know that 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans? That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
That's what Smokey said. I had no idea.
That's why Smokey's famous, and you're not.
Good point.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today?
The only thing I didn't learn today?
The only thing I didn't learn?
Is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Interviewing the best talent Boston has to offer. This is the Performer Radio Show.
And we're back with comedian Lamont Price. How you doing, Lamont?
What's going on, Mike? How's everything?
Well, everything's been good lately. How have you been doing?
I'm well, busy, just moved recently.
Did you really?
Yeah, man.
There's a new stronghold, huh?
A new one. I moved. It's a tough move. I moved from Austin all the way to Brighton. So I call it still Austin because it's like
It is.
It's like down the street from where I used to live. So I just call it. I'm still in Austin, I think.
Where does one begin and when the end ending? I've always said Brighton, Austin.
It's
like
the same thing.
it's the same
Honestly,
place.
it's not a 10-minute walk from my old apartment. So I don't know where else. I don't see a sign. You know how you go to cities, they
right,
say
exactly. entering so and so.
Yeah, I don't think they know. I just found out recently that Austin has its own mayor, which is useless.
Are you serious?
What?
Yeah. I didn't vote for him.
What's even the radius of like Austin? Like what? Like
3 blocks.
3 blocks.
He goes from the KFC to the Popeyes and Come on Square.
Okay. He knows where all the food joints are.
Delicious.
He knows where all the fried chicken joints are. Right.
Hey, whoa, hey.
I'm sorry.
He's right, but you don't gotta call me on
I said
it.
all the food joints in the beginning. I said all the food joints.
All the delicious fried chicken.
Yes. Okay. This is not the Food Network. We're trying, but that's okay. No, we'll talk about food. Sure, we love food,
We can
right?
talk about whatever you
we
guys
love
want
food.
to talk about.
Do you joke about food a lot?
Am I ag?
Yeah.
I might mention a restaurant in passing, just for fun, but I don't particularly have any food.
What is your favorite
jokes.
food? I know you like to snack a lot, especially when you get home.
What does that even mean? How
I follow your Twitter like religiously.
What do you see me snack? I talked about almonds on Saturday for like 4 hours. Okay, I'll give you that.
What is there to say about almonds for 4 hours?
He will find something.
Almonds are. Do you eat almonds?
I mean,
we don't have 4
here and
hours, but
there.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Almonds are amazing. Not to mention they are good for you.
They are good for you.
Let me also say that they're amazing.
You said that.
I didn't literally talk about almonds for 4 hours.
I know you didn't.
But I'm being sarcastic.
I know what you love to talk about is video games.
I love video games. And you said you sent me on Facebook. You said Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation 3.
Oh, okay.
Didn't that new game come out yesterday? Was it that Ghost thing or the?
Oh,
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty
Yeah.
Ghost. Did it come out? It would come out today.
Oh yeah, midnight. Yeah, last night.
Yeah, I don't have that yet.
Are you into that?
I like Call of Duty games, but they're not my favorite. I'm a zombie fan, so I play Resident Evil.
So you consider yourself a gamer?
I'm not a gamer to the point where like I don't take showers. You know what I'm saying?
Gamers go intense,
No.
Mike. They're really intense. Gamers.
yeah.
I went to there was a video game, like a Comic-Con for video games a couple years ago. I forget what it's called, but I went to it and I saw nerds, and I consider myself a nerd on a level, but I saw nerds that you only see in central casting. You know what I mean? Like nerds that
Right.
live in their parents' basement and they're like 30, and it's like, and it's like a smell. There was a smell in there, and I don't like to rip on people. Well, I do, but these dudes were special, kind of like they couldn't speak. They had a hard time communicating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There were a lot of really beautiful women at this thing that were like models for the video games. And you can tell that when me and my friend showed up, because we're talking to dudes, and we're talking to them, and they were like taking it back, like, oh my God, people actually know how to form sentences at this thing. These are the kind of people. I am not that person, but I do
thank
play
God for that.
tons of video games.
Because all like huge gamers, all they do is stay home and they play. They don't.
Do you find that a
interact with
release?
people.
I mean, you're working so hard, and you come home, and is that your release? Seriously? I mean, because you have to deal with so much day in and day out. I mean, touring sometimes, and club to club, and late nights.
Well, it's an unwind for sure.
Okay.
I'll come home and I'll just like put my PlayStation on and get a seltzer water.
Are you gonna be waiting in line for PlayStation 4?
I never wait in line for anything.
You never.
First of all,
he's big time.
No, it's not because I'm big time. It's because I'm not a sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I gonna wait? Like, you know, people go to nightclubs and they can't wait to get into some. I don't care about that. Like, I will never wait in line to pay for stuff. You can forget about that. I'll let everybody else that thinks that makes them cool do that. But me, you know what makes me cool? Is Fro. That's the only thing I need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So as far as video games go, I'll never buy a PS4 when it comes out, because what's going to happen immediately? People are going to return it because there are problems. Anytime something new comes out, iPhone, anything like that, there are problems. So only reason people do that is so they can go, I got it first. I don't have that kind of, I'm not insecure enough to need you to know that I got something new. If you don't think I'm awesome just because you hung out with me and found out I'm awesome, I'll keep it moving.
There
you know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go. What kind of phone do you have? I'm just curious.
I have a Samsung.
You have a Samsung. You're
I have a Samsung.
Okay. You're an Android person.
But it's not. I'm not against iPhones. I just
but I'm saying you didn't wait in line for it. Obviously,
they said yes to me when I wanted one.
Okay. You are big time. See, I told you. So what do you got going on right now? What's really exciting?
Honestly, I've been just worried about comedy.
You worry about comedy?
Well, just not worrying about it like I'm, oh my God, what am I gonna do with comedy? I mean, I'm just worried about booking shows and performing. And the next thing I have coming up is this Thursday.
Tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Oh, you know what?
That's okay. That's okay, Lamont. That's all right. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I'm assuming.
Tomorrow night, I will be doing a show at Sweetwater Tavern. It's a Halloween show. I was originally supposed to do the
You're
Halloween
way off on your calendar, aren't you?
No, but hear me out. Hear me out.
Go ahead. I'm here. Go ahead.
I was supposed to do the show 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
But the World Series got in the way.
Yes.
So I had to postpone it. I'm not going to compete with the Red Sox or the Boston Bar. It's ridiculous.
That's true, yeah.
So I figured it'd be fun to do a post-Halloween show. And I'm still going to show up. I'm going to have a costume. I might have 4. No. I'll figure it out. I will have candy. I have a Narragansett sponsor. They're
cool.
gonna.
That's nice.
Everybody gets a one free Narragansett with their ticket. $12. You get candy.
Okay.
I tell jokes. I have a great lineup of comedians. It's gonna be a good time. So if people are around on Thursday and they want to never let Halloween die, because I love Halloween.
This has been the longest Halloween I've ever experienced.
You got a problem with that?
No, I don't. It started last weekend, and I did the Halloween.
It started at the end of September.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like that now.
Officially, places started having Halloween parties last weekend. It kept going for 7 days. There was still Halloween parties like this past weekend.
Right.
People were dressing up, and now you're still bringing it back.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Never ending. I dressed up twice. I dressed up twice, and I was exhausted. I was done.
You're biting into the Thanksgiving season.
I went to Storyville on Wednesday.
What?
Storyville. I was like helping host Storyville.
It used to be Saint. Remember
yeah,
Saint?
I used to be Saint.
Oh, I thought I asked you what you were.
Oh, what I was?
Yeah.
I was a unicorn.
Both times? What was the second one?
I was a flapper. You know, back in the day.
Yeah, in the 20s. You were
yeah, so I was.
That's right.
We're gonna have to find a picture of that unicorn posted.
Yes.
Were you doing the jitterbug, running around doing the?
I spent it with my college friends, and they all did make me do like some 20s dance. I attempted, miserably failed.
What did you dress up for?
I got a bubble vest, black bubble vest, right? I tucked my sneakers in my jeans into my sneakers. I put on sunglasses.
Missy Elliott.
I got no.
I
don't like her. I don't like her anymore.
Okay.
I had on a plaid shirt.
Oh, okay.
And I found a soda, a Tab. Remember those soda tabs?
Yeah, Tabs. Yeah.
And I went as Marty McSoulfly. For all the Back to the Future fans.
Yeah, okay, Back to the Future.
Yeah, so
where did you find a tab in this day and age?
Yeah, you got to go online and look for that stuff.
Really?
Everything's
actually,
online.
You know,
Mike.
I think they still sell that in Canada as a brand. I think
Canada.
they still. I was in the store the other day and they had Coke bottles, actual Coke bottles, like they used to have in the old days, but they were imported from Mexico.
Like the glass bottles.
The glass bottles.
Right.
The 10 ounce or the 8 ounce glass, the 10 ounce bottles. I was like, why are they selling imported Coke in Stop and Shop? It made no sense. I actually posted it online. It made no sense to me.
I was getting Coke from Mexico. Huh?
Yeah, Coke from Mexico. I'm like,
doing?
what the heck? Okay, fine. I guess it's a novelty. But yeah, Tab they do sell in Canada. I thought that was kind of weird. And yeah, why would they have so many different Diet Cokes from the same company?
It's true.
Yeah, it's true though. All right, weird. What's coming up for you? You got some big stuff coming up?
So I have the Halloween show on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. Doors at 8, by the way. Or tomorrow, I should say.
Yeah.
Doors at 8, $12.
Now, Sweetwater is up by the...
Sweetwater is the alley across from the liquor store.
Right, the liquor store next to Estate.
Next to Estate, yes.
That's right.
In the alley, yep. At the end of the month, Thanksgiving weekend show I'm doing with my buddy Corey Manning, Marshall Brandon, and Chris Tabb are doing this thing over at the Revere Hotel.
Oh,
it's
nice
a big
place.
Thanksgiving weekend bash. It's going to be amazing. DJ Kid Capri is going to be spinning the event. He's a legendary DJ.
Yes, he absolutely is.
Def Comedy Jam, stuff like that. That's going to be a huge event. I'm looking forward to that big time, man. I'm hosting it. We're gonna kill it.
We got to do a write-up of that in Dirty Water News.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll attend as long as you don't make fun of me. Are you one of those comedians that the front row is pretty much screwed?
Well, we're gonna make sure you don't sit in the front. Right? You're not getting good seats. You dissed me earlier. Said I look like Missy Elliott.
I don't do the back seat.
We're gonna sit you in the back, facing the wall. Look at this one over here. I'm not doing.
We got Diva versus Diva here.
I don't do the back seat. This one over here. All right.
I like this.
Is that how you roll? Is that how you roll? How do you roll?
Front seat.
Word.
VIP status.
Look at her. You know she's telling the truth too.
I can't hang with her.
You know she's telling the truth too. She is front row material, no doubt about that. And she definitely doesn't have to wait in line for anything.
No, I don't know what that means.
Yes, neither does he. I know what it means. I'm always waiting. My last name begins with Z. I'm always last. So that's just basically it. That's the story of my life.
You're like end of the yearbook. I'm at the end of the yearbook.
End of the yearbook. End of the line. End of everything.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is. Don't stand behind me because you're definitely losing out. So you've been doing this for how long, Lauren?
I've been around 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
What's your ambition and goal? Like 10 years from now, do you want to be doing big stadiums? I'm hoping that would be.
I mean, comedy will progress. Obviously, the way comedy progresses, I'm a fan of the art form. So, would I like to be doing stadiums? Sure. I mean, that means I've gotten to a point where I'm so successful that I have to do that, where I have a following that size. So I would welcome that. I love clubs. I love the intimacy of clubs. I want to act. I've done some acting in the past, you know.
Oh yeah, what have you done for acting?
I've done some independent movies that nobody will probably ever see, and I've done a couple commercials, you know, whatever that means. And so I like being in front of the camera. I also write too, so we'll see what I do.
Like
but you know,
films, scripts. What do you write?
Well, I've written some scripts that I would one day like to shop, but that's the future. So I'm kind of focusing on my stand-up right now, just getting better at stand-up.
Getting better? How much better can you get?
Well, you can.
I mean, seriously, everyone has to check his show out.
Can I tell you? Can I be honest about something real quick?
Yeah, go.
I don't think I'm as good as people might think I am. I think I can get better. Seriously.
Well, I suppose there's always room for improvement for everybody.
There's always room for
But you have a natural comedic talent, which is God-given.
Well, if I rested on that, then how good would I be?
True. So you're taking what God gave you and you're trying to improve upon it.
I'm gonna try.
You're trying to improve on God.
Well, I don't think I can. You know, now you're gonna get me in trouble with God, man. I didn't even say that. That was Mike.
Yes, it was.
There's a reason why he's a Z.
That's exactly right.
I ain't gonna get no presents now because it's stupid.
I'm gonna get coal anyway, so I'm just not.
I wonder if there's pressure being a comedian with your friends. Like, they always expect you to be the entertainment when you go out? I always wonder that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you go out with them, they're like, oh,
more family.
It's gonna be funny.
Family.
All the
family.
time.
You know what it is? Because I don't think I'm the funniest person in my family. I really don't. I think I'm the only person that probably can translate it to the stage. But it's pure hilarity. There are funnier people in my family. But when I go to family functions, sometimes I can't be at everything because I'm not always around. So they don't hold it against me, but when I do show up, it's kind of like, the comedian's here. Make us laugh. So they, you know, that kind of thing goes on. But there's never an overly, because my friends, I hang out with funny people, so I kind of like it when we can just hang out, and if I say something funny, I'm not going to force my humor on you. You'll figure it out. I'll say something funny eventually.
Well, you said now growing up your idol was Eddie Murphy in an article that I read.
Yeah, man, I love that guy.
And now Eddie is, he segued into acting more or less. I mean, he hasn't done stand-up in years.
He hasn't done stand-up since the 80s.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Is that something you see, like, segueing into films or anything? I mean, you say you wanted to do some more acting.
I love to,
would you
man.
Would you give up stand-up to be an actor in major motion pictures?
I don't know if I'd give it up.
Yeah.
I could see myself scaling it back to do stuff like that. Like, I've had opportunities recently. Like, I've auditioned for sitcoms I didn't get, obviously, what's in here. And,
yeah, that's all right. We're in the basement at this point.
I mean, no, this is the sexiest. I feel sexy right now.
Right?
You look sexy there.
We're bringing sexy back to radio.
You know what I'm saying? You know, she knows. But I've been close to shows, so I'm in that loop. But I haven't landed anything yet on that level. But eventually, yeah, I would love to do stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it'll happen when it happens. But I'm not in the business of forcing stuff. I just kind of
see where the path takes you.
Yeah,
that type of thing.
I know what to do. I know who to talk to. I know what environments to be in to get seen. I've done them all. I've done every major comedy festival. I've done all that stuff. It's just now to get in the, I'll let it progress into movies or TV as it will, if it does. And I'm having fun in the process.
Well, that's the most important thing, isn't it? Having some fun.
Yeah.
And I've seen your stage show, and you really do have fun. You have fun with not just the audience, but you have fun like with yourself. Not, you know what I'm saying? You crack yourself up sometimes. I know that. I can tell.
Because I'm stupid. Like, I'm goofy, man. I say stuff, and then people, I don't know, certain things I say that I think are funny to myself.
Lamont, where can people find you online?
Twitter.
Twitter?
Hit me up at Twitter. Lpizzle, Lpizzle. Facebook, Lamont Price. Just look me up there. Definitely, I have a lot of videos on YouTube. I have a cartoon.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
An internet cartoon called Tim and Lamont. It's my buddy Tim lives in New York. He has a cat that he named Lamont. Now he claims he didn't name the cat after me, but nah, son, I don't believe it. There's not that many Lamonts running around. So I'm the voice of the cat.
Ah, that's
and it's
cool.
just their interactions. We have about 6 up. So if you go to Lamont, timandlamont.tumblr. There's a whole bunch of those.
We'll have to definitely check that out.
But Lpizzle on Twitter, you can definitely hit me up there, and I hope you're not offended easy.
Definitely follow him on Twitter, folks. He's a riot, especially if you're sitting home one late night and you're just like, let's see what's going on Twitter. You got to check Lamont out. Lamont, thank you very much for coming down.
Thanks for having me, man.
And we're going to definitely have you back at some point soon. And basically, good luck with that big show at the end of the month at the Revere Hotel.
I appreciate that.
We will be right back with Ajay and Kristina from Links and Laces.
Vanessa Williams has one of the best voices in modern music. Did you ever wonder what got her hooked on music when she was growing up?
My fondest memory of music in school would have to be playing French horn in the high school orchestra. Under the direction of Mr. Angelo Marasco, we got a chance to travel all over the world. We went to Caracas, Venezuela, Miami, Florida, Nassau, Bahamas, and Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Music is like team sport, says Williams. Kids are in it together.
Music is good for kids because it teaches you a craft. It demands perfection. It forces you to excel. And it also allows you to be a part of something beautiful that makes wonderful music that transcends all kind of boundaries.
A PSA brought to you by MENC, the National Association for Music Education, Gibson Guitar, Baldwin Piano, and this station. Music, part of a sound education.
Hey, what's up? Thinking about you. XOXOXO. Want to snuggle. ... JK. Hit me back. You getting these texts? ? We should hang later. I miss you. Holla at ya, boy. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you at home? Where are you? What are you doing? OMG. You are making me mad. Are you with your ex? You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
And we're back from the commercial break. And we have in the studio right now with us Ajay from Links and Laces and Kristina, who won the local Links and Laces tournament down at Mohegan Sun. Hi, Kristina.
Hi.
We have to say hi to the ladies first. Sorry, AJ.
Absolutely.
You're pretty too, but how you doing, AJ?
Good. Real well.
And you're traveling all over the country lately, aren't you?
We do a lot of miles on our tour. Our golf tour is cross country, but Saturday I'll be heading off to Southern California.
San Diego. Oh yes, I hate you already.
San Diego.
Take me with you.
Absolutely. Palm Springs. So
San Diego and then Palm Springs.
And then Palm Springs.
And then we take a little break after that?
We got a little bit of a break, but then we have Costa Rica. That's our event after that. And
how do you get golfers for Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Well, we have a strong web presence, but we have a great following of our golfers. So we have partners down in Costa Rica too that put the word out that the Links and Laces golf tour is coming, and then they'll start to come in for it because it's a great time of year to go down, and it's so beautiful down there.
I can imagine.
It's scenic as it gets. And
I've traveled a lot in the Caribbean, and most of those areas are just fantastic. Is Costa Rica still considered Caribbean? I mean, it's Gulf of Mexico, I know.
It's really in that Central American region,
right?
And but you have both sides. You have the Pacific and the Atlantic. And
Right,
we'll be on the, we're actually Los Sueños is where we'll be at. And,
which side is that?
And that's towards the Pacific side, and it's a gorgeous area, resort, not too far from San Jose, the airport coming in, and the jungles are right there. In fact, I believe the golf course will be there. 9 holes are on the water, and 9 holes are in the jungle.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic. Obviously a challenge for the golfers too, right?
It is. And then I think there's some monkeys that come out and steal the golf balls periodically.
He's not kidding too. I know that's true. That's true. Some of those countries do have some heavy monkey population.
And we'll have the girls coming down from here. A lot of girls fly down from here to be part of our tour down there. And then we have some beautiful hostesses down in
Costa Rica. Costa Rican girls are beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. Do you find there's any problem with language when you do events like that?
No, down there they speak, relatively, in good English, and we'll always have people there that speak Spanish well too. So it really makes it simple, and it's beautiful, and the people are very nice down there.
It sounds like you got some good adventures coming up.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been running Links and Laces?
The Links and Laces Golf Tour has been, the last 2 years we assembled it, put it together. We've been running our tour previously with our title sponsor was Playboy for years, and a couple of years ago I decided to say, hey, I think it's time. Playboy have sold the majority of his company, and we said that, you know what, we're going to do our own tour because the title sponsor, you had a long run with them and so forth, and their brand has changed, and we really want it to be a social and business networking opportunity for people, and be more of the corporate side of it and the business side of it, and we're really becoming successful with that because we thought we'd create a lot of avenues for people to have fun outdoors. It's a great environment, and we really wanted to give golf a different feel than a little golf clap like this.
Right.
We put a lot of music, DJs, and bars and games on the golf course. And of course, there's a lot of beautiful women who are hostesses. And Kristina is a great example.
She's a good example of that, right there, sitting right next to you on your left. Now, how often each year do you have these events? How many times roughly each year?
In each city or
no,
across
just
the country?
the whole entire year.
We go between 15 to 20 events a year across the United States and into, like I said, coastal, some resort town cities too. And we do a lot of work with different casinos too because they tend to want to entertain their high rollers at our events, and also open it up sometimes, if they don't do a private event, to the public to be able to participate, to get to see their venues. And our tournament is a great way to do that because you don't always have to be a great golfer to play. I mean, we have a great competition.
This I've seen.
Yeah.
Especially when they get a little liquor.
Yeah, they get going a little bit. So we always tell people, if you're a serious competitor, you can go that, but if you have to duck when you swing, you also can fit right in.
So that's equal opportunity for every player, pretty much. The average person who attends your event, mostly male, obviously.
Majority, yes.
Yeah.
And golf it tends to be the guys get 4 guys together more often, and we'll have single female golfers or women who are in the business world that want to entertain their clients.
That's a good reason. You look at this as mostly a networking experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when they go in there, they have fun, they network, they meet people. The girls network with the guys as well. It's a great opportunity for everybody.
Great time to close the deal.
It's win-win.
Right.
Basically win-win. Now, when you have these events, how long do they usually last? How many days, roughly?
Well, at one of our regional events across the country, it's generally 2 days, sometimes 3, like in San Diego. Andre Reed, the future Hall of Fame football player, is hosting the event, along with my dear friend Brandy Roderick, who's on The Celebrity Apprentice. And when they do it, we're having our night before we have a big party. But in that event, we're having a tailgate party, too, because we're doing a Saturday party, Sunday football viewing party, because they're West Coast. Left Coast has a little bit behind us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Monday will be the golf. And we add a component that is very unique. We partnered with Swimsuit USA. You saw it there,
yes,
too, that we're going to have a fashion show during the tailgate. And the
That's
girls,
pretty cool.
between 8 to 12, we don't want to go too high because attention span during that time might be limited, but
they'll still competing against football.
Right. They'll have evening wear and swimsuit, and that fashion show will be part of it. And then it goes into Monday on the golf course, and then there's a big awards ceremony after that. So it's a good amount of time. A normal average round of golf, probably 4.5 hours. You better be prepared in our event. It'll go 6 and a half.
They can always sleep later.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
Now, when they do the finals, now this past year you had the finals in Las Vegas, correct?
Las Vegas, and this up and coming May will be in Palm Springs.
So you're going to be in Palm Springs twice,
one after the other. And
so one's just a regional.
One's a regional event, and Fantasy Springs Casino is hosting our finals event, and we'll have a bunch of celebrities, NFL players. Not sure if I'll invite Richie Incognito back after. Richie's played in our event. I have some good stories with him. But, we have a lot of NFL players that do come out. And it's a great time. Great way to meet a lot of different people. And celebrities, they love golf. And they come down from the L.A. side. So it's a short trip for them. And
right. So, 2 hours, 2.5 hours?
Yeah. And as long as you don't hit that L.A. traffic.
Right, true.
The worst traffic.
The worst, right? The 405. Oh. But other than that, you're talking about a fun time, great camaraderie. Our hostesses, the girls that have won, like Kristina will be there. They get to mix and mingle with people that you don't always get to see, wherever you are in your region. We have people from, Washington, D.C. The girls come out from there. But, you might get, we have an event in Des Moines, Iowa. It's not often you get to see a lot of celebrities and NFL players in Des Moines, Iowa. So for them, it's a big deal, too.
Speaking of celebrities, now you have a lot of interesting hostess models that are celebrities, correct?
We do. We have when we do different events, a lot of different ball players will come out and like I say, Andre Reed's in San Diego. Todd Herman's did our Philadelphia
I was talking about the females, but that's okay. You can talk about them.
I'm going to go to them, the more important.
Okay.
But our female hostesses, including, we have 2 components. Our girls of golf.
Right.
We also have, since we worked with Playboy for years, have done that. I have a very strong relationship with many of the playmates that have been centerfolds for years. I walked one down the aisle and I gave one away in her marriage.
That sounds interesting.
Performing another one's wedding ceremony in June.
You're performing this?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Reverend Ajay.
Reverend Ajay. So
that's a new name.
But she had asked me to do that. So we have a very familial. It's a relationship that is very special. But for instance, Miss USA is going to be hosting our Palm Springs. The only thing I just found out is she broke her foot running to the bathroom.
Running to the bathroom?
Running to the bathroom.
That might be worse than me spraining my foot playing mini golf. That might be worse.
I don't know about that.
And now mine was pretty pathetic.
So running to the bathroom. That must have been some emergency.
She was honest about it, and I relate to it because I said to, my wife does that too, and I said that's what's going to happen to her. So one day she's going to be running over there, but she's going to come out and say hello to all the folks, and we do a program with a company called Arm the Animals. We try to help benefit some shelters for animals in various regions. So that's what we're doing in Palm Springs. And Alyssa is a big supporter of animals and the shelters, and trying to help get that awareness out there. And that's what we're trying to do. Just get somebody will adopt an animal, or maybe donate a little bit of money to the cause that way to help out these shelters that do incredible work.
Yeah, that sounds great. Now, I met Sierra Price at your event, correct? She's also, as a matter of fact,
Price,
there you go,
here
right there
on this cover.
On the cover of Dirty Water News. That was the segue I was going for.
Sierra, and I believe, correct me, this might have been the #1 issue right here with Sierra.
That was the #1 article on Dirty Water News this whole entire year.
Right.
The article on Links and Laces. It might have something to do with Sierra Price being on the cover. I don't know.
I think it helped.
But it definitely didn't hurt. Absolutely. All the girls were absolutely lovely, because I did have a chance to photograph all of them, every single one of them, including the lovely Kristina here, who won the big prize. We'll say it the big prize. There were 4 winners, though.
There were 4 winners, correct.
And each girl got a free trip to Palm Springs, all expenses paid.
That's correct.
Plus a little bit of cash.
Plus some money, yes.
But Kristina got the most cash.
The biggest.
The big prize. How did that feel, Kristina?
It felt amazing.
Did it?
I went out there. I had no idea that I did not think that I was going to even place. So it was very good
Why did you
experience.
think that? I mean, it was because you've never done this before?
Yeah, it was definitely my first, it was definitely the first thing I've ever done like this. I've dabbled in modeling, things like that, but I've never done like a competition before.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to go out there, I really just wanted the experience.
Did it feel like a competition to you?
No,
that's
it
the
really
beauty
didn't.
of this. I have to commend you, Ajay, on that. It doesn't feel like a competition. It feels just like so much fun.
You know, to hear that from you guys, that's an honor. I really appreciate, because that's what we try. We try to make it about having fun.
Yeah, and that's good. And the guys see the girls having fun too, and that's very important. Because if a girl is acting like a little catty or something like that, I think they pick up on that and say, okay, not for her. No soup for you. No soup for
and
you.
I'll tell you, why she's so special is just to, sometimes they think when you're doing these competition, is it just the girl that's so stunning and this and that. It's really about, and I hate to use this cliche, but personality. Because when you do have a lot of attractive women who are your hostesses, and our Girls of Golf program is a way for girls to be able to network with a lot of business people, male or female, because we do have, like I say, women bring their clients to our events and so forth. But what it's about is that chance to get in that network. And yes, you have attractive girls, but how do you vote between?
It's hard.
Right.
But the personality sets them apart.
That's exactly, and we were so happy for many reasons that, and maybe I'll say this is because a redhead won, that you don't always see.
That's
right?
true. Yeah, it's mostly
so attractive.
Blondes and things like that.
But her personality, and I can tell you this firsthand, I watched the reaction when she won, and the other girls were thrilled that she won. They loved her.
That's great.
And it was about really.
All the girls were so nice.
Yeah, they were. They were very nice. How did you get into it? How did you get into this particular Links and Laces?
I was actually at a concert at Ocean Club, and they had a booth set up taking pictures of girls, and they actually kind of pulled me aside and was just like, hey, would you want to do something like this? Why not, right? So I got my picture taken.
Was that Marissa?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Marissa.
Marissa couldn't be here tonight.
Lovely.
She's actually in New York right now.
She's our Girls of Golf coordinator.
Yes.
She's great.
Fantastic.
She's so nice.
And she's actually acting right now on Law and Order.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
yes.
Awesome.
She's at Law and Order. She's doing a bit for Law and Order right now. So when she pulled you over, did you expect any of this to happen to you?
No, because it kind of took a few weeks for them to email me. It took like a solid 3-4 weeks. So at that point, I was kind of like, oh, if I got it, I would know by now. And then I got the email, and I was just ecstatic. I was so excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
So you go to school right now, Kristina?
Yes, I'm actually I'm going to school at the University of Massachusetts Lowell for communication. So I'm a communications major.
Very nice. Actually, we got another young lady from the University of Massachusetts Lowell coming in next week.
Yeah, I think.
So you got some kindred spirits up there, I suppose. And what are your merchandising communication or fashion merchandising?
Well, I was going to school out in California in LA at FITM for fashion merchandising.
Oh, that's a great school. That's a great school.
It was. It was a great opportunity. But when I moved back home, I wasn't really involved more with the fashion side. I'd rather be more of entertainment, be in entertainment and media and entertainment and things like that.
What field in broadcast?
Broadcast. Yeah,
Ooh.
so I'd like to be on that
We picked the
side.
right girl to
Yeah.
come here tonight, didn't we?
She was telling me her goal. She wants to be on that side.
Yeah, she wants to be on this
Nice
side.
to be on this.
Look out for your job, Amy Marie.
Exactly. Yeah.
She wants your job. Okay.
Or Mike's, and it's a duo.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
I like that.
I would
idea.
definitely be the
Yes,
first person out of the seat.
Amy Marie,
no doubt.
I think she was supposed to be in our event that time. We really missed her.
Yes, she was.
I know, bad weekend, but I was supposed to be
Hey,
there.
but I couldn't be here maybe if you were there, so everyone relax.
Mike, they're working it.
Yeah, they definitely were. Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. That's pretty much what it is right now. So you're off to San Diego this week, I'm assuming.
Saturday, I'll be getting out there early and
Gonna work on the tan there, AJ.
So let's get this straight. I hear Playboy models, traveling celebrities. Wow, you have a tough job. Tough job. Someone has to do it, right?
We one of our goals is we actually have footage running for one of those shows, those reality shows.
I was
And
gonna
part
say,
of that
like-
is based on our girls, to see that. But part of it is to do people really do this for a job,
That would be a great reality show. I'd
There's
watch it.
dirty jobs, like Mike,
Right.
the guy has it on Discovery.
Right.
But I think we could do the most sought after jobs. But it's a lot. Our staff does a tremendous job. I sometimes get out there and get some of the credit, but it's really about our staff cares about each and every individual that comes to our event, each and every girl that comes to our event, to make it a memorable experience so that everybody can do it.
AJ, where can everyone find you online?
If you go to www.linksandlaces.com or for the golfers, llgolftour.com, both will get you to it. Our schedules are up there. Anybody can play in our event.
Okay, do you have a Facebook page too?
Sure, it's at facebook.com/linksandlaces.
And Kristina,
Twitter too.
you want to promote any Twitter or Instagram?
I'll be on the Links and Laces website. I
Okay.
have my own little section as the winner, and I'm on Facebook as well. Facebook.com/AJ.
Very good. Well, AJ and Kristina, thank you very much for dropping by. And hey, send us a postcard from San Diego.
Yes, please.
Thank
And
you
some
both
sun.
of you.
And some sun.
We'll definitely send
Yes,
it to you.
absolutely.
We'll get you out there. That's be the fun thing.
Okay. Right now, we're going to actually take a commercial break. But right after the commercial break, you're going to hear a song from Louis Bello called Shotgun. It was nominated for a Boston Music Award this past week. So go into bostonmusicawards.com and vote.
The Internet's #1 destination for new music. Performer Radio is in the house.
Performer Radio is in the house.
Took the tape off my windows so I could replace the shadows of where you used to sit. Back when you were my girl. The ride just ain't the same, no. You used to sing like an angel. We used to party rock, making beats with the door locks. I wish we could forget about tomorrow. Don't think about it yesterday. I only need a minute, just 1 minute to say, whoa. All the finer things. All I need is you right next to me. Ride shotgun with me, baby. Shotgun with me, girl. We can lean way back, let the radio play. Just need you right next to me. Ride shotgun with me, baby. Shotgun with me, girl. Come on. We used to rock the top 40 countdown and use the dashboard for drum sounds. You chased all my clouds away back when you were my girl. But now the volume's been turned down. We drive around town with no sounds. So what do you say? One more ride for the good old days. Forget about tomorrow. Don't think about it yesterday. I only need a minute, just 1 minute to say, whoa. I don't need money or the finer things. All I need is you right next to me. Ride shotgun with me, baby. Shotgun with me, girl. We can lean way back, let the radio play. Just need you right next to me. Ride shotgun with me, baby. Shotgun with me, girl. Come on. Remember when the music took us way back, from Motown to that new jack? Yeah, we sang every word to the song. And even though we had no particular place to go, Every time we rolled on through, everybody there was singing along. Shotgun with me, baby. We can lean way back, let the radio play. Just need you right next to me. Riding shotgun, girl. Oh, baby, yeah.
The best internet destination on the planet for new music. New music. Performer Radio is in the mix.
And we're back. That was Louis Bello with the song Shotgun.
That's a great song.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very summer song, so maybe that makes you feel like it's still holding on to summer a little bit.
And shout out to Jess Graff. She looked beautiful in that video.
Yes, she did. Actually, I'll give a little bit of trivia. She actually recorded that in December, and it was freezing out. So we did do a little digital magic there, video magic. Tony's back. Say hi, Tony.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Tony.
Tony's on the other side now of the microphone. He is now the producer for Fair Styles, or one of the producers for Fair Styles fashion show. It's Fair Styles 6 this year.
This is my 4th year doing the show. This is the 6th year of the show's existence.
He's a big shot now.
Yeah, he is. He's always been a big shot.
I wouldn't say that much.
He's always been a big shot. Tony, how was your summer?
It was crazy. I laid low, did a lot of traveling to New York to kind of get some balls rolling for next year. So I got some pretty cool projects coming up for.
Anything you talk about project-wise?
Legally, probably not.
Okay.
But
we don't want you getting into trouble.
I can probably say one of the companies that I'm talking to right now is a national company in a $7 billion business, and they have 5% of the market, and they want me to do an event for them in Detroit, New York, Orlando, and Boston.
That's fantastic.
That's kind of we're in talking mode, but it's pretty much a lock deal. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Wow.
All right. He's moving up the ladder. I like to see that.
Yeah.
Now, Fair Styles, it's 4 years now.
Yep.
And you're going to be back at the Back Bay Event Center this year.
Yep.
What's new for this year?
This year, to be quite frank, it's more. It's not really new stuff. It's just basically refinement. So it's basically we're riding the wave that we had last year to have a quality show, bring more people in there, and just really show Boston how to put on a proper show. In my opinion, I feel like people don't really get to experience a quality fashion show in general. There are some good ones, but you only see it during Fashion Week, and even during Fashion Week, no offense to anybody else, I think about 85% of them are crap. But it's just.
There's a few ones.
There's a few questionable shows.
There's definitely some good ones.
Oh, there's definitely some awesome ones. I just feel like sometimes people it gets lost in translation of what a fashion show should be. So performances, stuff like that. No, let's see some fashion. It's all about the clothes, pushing the designers, pushing the models, and giving them a platform to showcase their talents, and hopefully go national and broadcast to other people.
Now, who are some of the designers that you'll be featuring
this year? We have Ashley Siobhan, and Nigolila Collection, who's an awesome African designer. We also have Emily Hancock. We have a boutique exclusive music meets fashion, Eva Nicole out of Worcester. We also have Bella Rose, a very young, talented teen designer. And one more, and I can't think of it, so hopefully that person's not mad at me.
That's okay. That's a lot to remember off the top of your head, I'm sure.
You did good.
Yeah, I tried.
It's not too bad.
I did the website, so I got to... I should remember all.
Hope you should remember that. Well, that's okay. It's a lot of information to remember. And how many models do you usually use?
We use about 15 to 16. I keep it pretty tight, so there's room for overlap and stuff like that. So we have
a lot of changes then, right?
Yeah, a lot of changes, but it makes the backstage a lot less hectic, and then also too, I feel like I'm all about quality over quantity, so I'd rather have 15 good models than 20, 25 okay girls.
Yeah,
agreed.
Okay. Yeah, well, is that better for the designers? Do the designers appreciate that?
Oh yeah, they definitely do. And
it's kind of less for them too. They don't do that many fittings, right?
Yeah, we actually didn't even do a fitting or a casting this year. I basically set up this online form where all the models submitted their measurements and their pictures, and designers picked the models like that, and the designers loved it, so they knew exactly what the girls' measurements were. Obviously, when they get there early on Saturday, they can try on the clothes, and pretty much they'll be ready to go. So that's better. And then obviously, as I noticed with the girls that were, let's just say the top tier girls, were picked quite often. So I knew we were doing the right thing. There's a couple other girls that are pretty good, but still building their craft as a model.
Mm-hmm.
But, overall, I noticed that trend over the last couple of years.
And have you had any returning models from?
Yeah, a lot of. We have at least, I would say, a 70% return rate for some girls. One girl that was here last year, who's not here this year, she's going from Miss Virginia this month or whatever. I don't know how these pageants.
She came all the way from Virginia last year.
Well, she's originally from actually Chicago, something like that, but then went to grad school in Boston, but now lives in Virginia because of her job.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's a lot of traveling.
Yeah. I would hope she's not traveling for Virginia.
I was going to say all the way here for Fair Styles.
That is some dedication. Well, we actually do have a couple of girls. We have one girl come from DC to come back and do the show.
That's great.
Yeah.
And 5 years, 6 years. I mean, this has become a staple event in November.
Oh, it definitely has, which I'm glad about. Because we're the only, I want to say, I'm not gonna say professional, non-college show that's actually going on. Because generally around this time, it's all the college fashion shows. UMass.
Semester break, before semester breaks.
Exactly.
And things. Yeah, okay.
But we're the only, I wouldn't say, industry show that's going on.
Yeah, Mass Art has one, don't they?
Yeah, Mass Art has one coming up pretty soon, and I think BU has theirs the same day as ours. And someone's like worried about us competing with BU, but I'm like, I don't really care for BU. They, they can do their own thing.
It's kind of like different lanes a little bit.
Exactly, definitely different lanes.
And being at the Back Bay Event Center, that's a very upscale venue.
Oh, it helps a lot. And that was the thing, too. When I did it the first year, we actually did it at Mass Art in their auditorium, which was okay. But parking was a disaster.
Oh, it is
the location was a disaster. You were there. It was just not conducive for a show. So I, Cheryl, the director, I told her, we need, the address is a big deal, for me.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that helps and gives credibility to the show. When you say John Hancock Hall, it's just like, whoa, so.
Well, not just that. I mean, the area that the John Hancock Hall is in, I mean, they have nice restaurants there, lounges that you can go to after the event. So, I mean, even you can make a whole night of it right in that area.
Basically,
you can park your car
why.
and just walk across the street to Tico or someplace like that.
Yep.
And just have dinner or nice drinks, and it's a great evening out.
Yep.
Fashion and fun.
Yep.
Why not? And this is a holiday weekend too, so people can go out and party and have a good time.
It actually worked out perfectly. I just realized the other day that it was Veterans Day, so it's actually going to help the show in terms of sales and stuff like that, because people want to do something different. And part of it too is like, I want it to be an event, not just people showing up looking cute, but actually having fun. We have giveaways. We have some awesome sponsors this year. One company is called American Provisions. They basically they focus on local farms for what you buy at a farm, but like local farms from like Spain, Massachusetts, Italy, France, but smaller farms where you can get really high-end wine for like $16, where if you went to like an industry place, it costs you $50. So like stuff like I don't know, Yellowtail that people drink which is like $15. They have a $15 wine that's 10 times better than that.
So is this event 21 plus, or is it
it's 18
all ages?
It's all ages. Kids come, all that
great.
stuff. So I try to make it a family affair, and the show starts, doors open at 7, the show starts at 8, we're done by 10. It's quick.
I like that about it. What going into Boston Fashion Week, I went to a bunch of the shows, or at clubs and things, and a lot of like the models are younger, and none of their family and friends could come because it's 21 plus. So and a lot of people, it really restricts a lot of even college kids that want to come who are into fashion and stuff. So I like that.
And a lot of times we get so many emails where kids want to come out and network, and I'm like, definitely come volunteer. And that was the other thing about doing it at a club. You don't want to come deal with those hurdles, and and then you have the club breathing down your neck. Everybody needs to be out by 11. Like, you don't have to worry about that.
We know that feeling, right?
Yeah.
With the Boston Fashion Awards, we had to be out by 11 p.m. or had to be done by 11 p.m.
I know.
That was a tight schedule that night. The Boston fashion scene. Let's talk, since we're talking about the Fashion Awards. It's starting to get better. The past few years, people are stepping up their game, don't you think?
I think they definitely have, and which is actually why I'm more excited for Fifth Style 7 than I am for 6, because we had a lot of really, really good designers that wanted to do the show this year that couldn't do it, and we also have some potentially some big sponsors that want to be involved with the show. But I feel like the designers make or break your show, and I hate when people come to a show and they're like, the designs were okay. I want people to, the end of the day, you're trying to make sales too. Some people just go, they just want to have pictures on Instagram and just show up. It's like that's not what it's about. At the end of the day, you want to sell your clothes, right?
So there's a trunk show associated with it.
Yeah, there's a trunk show for the vendors and stuff like that. But I'm actually eventually this will be an industry show where buyers come up and basically scout designers. So you're not competing with the whole New York Fashion Week, Boston Fashion Week. This is almost like our own
mini niche. Yeah, your little spot, right?
Mini Fashion Week where it's off season. Yeah, I know, but I think it's good that it's off season.
In a way, it's off season but in a way, it's on season. Because people that are shopping, they go to the trunk show. Hey, there's some Christmas gifts right there.
Exactly.
It's actually a great time to go out and look around at new fashions and get some ideas. Hey, I'm going to buy that for myself too.
Exactly.
Why not? I mean, people are in a shopping mood at that time of year. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
And the thing is too, people, they go to your BBs and Cachets and all those stores. But there's people who are local that do great work that are right here. Instead of why not support? And that's also what I'm trying to drive the point as well too. Like, hey, instead of going to the mall, hit up your friend that's a designer and support your friend. Buy that $50 dress, or at least relate a connection and kind of develop your own little network of commerce to support people. And that's naturally how the Boston scene will get better, because in New York, that's how they do it. I buy your shoes, you buy my shirt. Or I buy your earrings, you buy my necklace.
They support each other.
Exactly.
Essentially.
Exactly.
Maybe that would be the one thing that's really kind of lacking here in Boston.
And everyone says it. It's so true.
Yeah, that's something they need to work on here, definitely.
Yep.
And who knows, maybe after everything that's happened this year, people are going to start stepping up again and say, hey, we do need to help each other. This is a city that's vibrant. It always has some kind of energy going on, even in the wintertime. I mean, this past year, a lot of things were happening in January and February that I've never seen happen before.
Yep.
And it's showing that the city has a lot of life in it. And this was before the bombing at the marathon bombing.
Yep.
So now even more people are paying attention to the city, and they should be.
Yep.
There's a lot of great stuff going on. Your event being one of them. Where can people buy tickets?
They can buy tickets at they can just go to the official website, fearstylesfashion.com. They can learn about the designer. They can learn about our charity partner, which is Partners in Health, that does phenomenal work in Haiti, Rwanda, Malai, all those beautiful areas that need help. They basically bring modern healthcare to impoverished countries. I also will have a Boston Marathon survivor at the event as well too.
Okay.
She was on the cover of People magazine and stuff like that. So I'm not going to put her business out there, but you'll see her there.
She's not on stage. She's
going to be there attending.
Okay, that's good.
Originally we were going to do this whole kind of like a Fierce Styles kind of so-and-so being fierce and surviving, and she's actually a pretty she has a pretty amazing story, and eventually I'd like to kind of tell it through fashion in a way in the next couple of months. Awesome. So just kind of to give you guys a little bit of teaser, there'll be more Fierce Styles things later on through the year. So this will always be our flagship event, but there'll be like a summer series and things of that nature.
Oh, okay, so you're branching out a little bit. Yeah, that's awesome. Yep. So I mean, I want people to check it out as much as possible if they can. And if they can't get it, if they can't attend the event, is it going to be online later on?
Yeah, it'll be online. There'll be some highlight videos of that nature. There'll be all the photographers that were there. They're going to relay all the images to me, so it'll be on the website. We have pictures from previous years, your pictures from previous years on certain links. Derek Zagami made an awesome little highlight video last year that was like 3 minutes long that pretty much summed up the show beautifully. And then everything you want to learn about the show is on the website. If they want to, fearstylesfashion.com, and then there's a contact form if they have any more questions of that nature.
Cool, and I definitely will be there again this year taking more pictures. This time for Dirty Water News as well.
Sure.
And I'll be there too.
You'll be there too? Okay, good.
Okay,
yay! We get the whole family together again. I like it. Well, Tony, thank you very much for coming back into the Performer Radio Show, and it was great working with you last year on this show. And,
yes, sir.
Hopefully we can make it even bigger and better this year and move onward, upward, and have you back again next year to talk about Fierce Style 7 and all those beautiful models and great designers. We'll be right back.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
If you've ever been to a Gloria Estefan concert, you know that there are few stars who can match her presence, performance, and talent. The time Gloria first experienced the thrill of being on a stage performing for people was also one of the first times she learned to stretch her wings.
My fondest memory of music in school was when I was playing the clarinet. I played the clarinet from 5th to 8th grade in the school band. My mother was pretty strict and never let me go anywhere, but of course, since it was part of the school program, she allowed me to go to Tallahassee, the capital of our state here, on a competition with the school band. Of course, to me, this was incredibly exciting. It was the first time I was allowed to go out of my home without a parent. We had chaperones, but we went there, participated in a 3-day program, and it was some of the most beautiful memories I have as a child.
A PSA brought to you by MENC, the National Association for Music Education, Gibson Guitar, Baldwin Piano, and this station. Music, part of a sound education.
Oh, that was a great show. Did you have fun, Emery?
Had a great time.
We had some great guests tonight. I want to thank them all for coming through tonight, this evening. And next week, we got some great guests, too. We've got DJ Morgan Page, and you're going to be interviewing him.
I know. I'm so excited.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And we have model Danielle Ringler. She's also a contestant in the Miss Massachusetts USA pageant being held later this month. And Mike Constantino is going to be bringing by his brand new single for us to listen to and watch the video. And we got, he's been doing some great stuff in this area. So we're looking forward to next week. That's going to be next Wednesday night at 9 p.m., same place, same time on PerformerRadio.com and DirtyWaterNews.com. Emery, say goodnight.
Until next week.
Until next week, folks. Have a good week.